Welcome to Connemara, the Carl Sandburg home and National Historic Site in Flat Rock, North Carolina. In 1945, Sandburg moved here from Michigan with his wife Lillian, 3 daughters, 2 grandchildren, 21 tons of books, and Lillian's herd of champion-bred goats. But the history of Connemara goes well beyond the poet of the people. It stretches back to 1838, when C.G. Memminger of Charleston, South Carolina, built a mountain home to escape the oppressive heat of summer in the Low Country. Memminger would go on to become the Secretary of the Treasury for the Confederacy, and this home, that he called Rock Hill, would be turned into a fortress during the tumultuous years of the Civil War. That Sandburg, a champion of civil rights, and Memminger, a champion of the Confederate cause, would reside in the same house struck me as the springboard for a story for which I had personal connections. I grew up a few miles from here and had family friends who knew Sandburg. One was his personal secretary. The other played music and swapped folk songs with him. Combining their experiences with a case for my detective, Sam Blackman, enabled me to mix the rich heritage of Connemara with the dangers of a murder investigation. The story begins simply enough. Sam and his partner Nikayla are following history professor Janice Wainwright, who's suing a spinal surgeon for malpractice. They've been hired to prove she's faking her disability. When she visits Connemara and climbs the arduous trail to the top of Glassy Mountain, Sam believes he has the evidence to wrap up the case, until he finds the woman semi-conscious and bleeding on the mountain's granite outcropping. Her final words, "It's the Sandburg verses. The Sandburg verses." An autopsy reveals painkillers in her blood and solid proof of the surgeon's errors. Sam is left with haunting questions. Why did this suffering woman endure the climb to the mountaintop? Did she stumble and fall, or did someone shove her to her death? The case evolves into a complex web of deceit and betrayal. Every aspect of Connemara, from the desperate efforts of the Confederacy during the final days of the Civil War, to Lillian Sandburg's prize herd of goats and Carl's monumental literary collection, come into play. Janice Wainwright's dying words, the Sandburg verses, hold the key to unlocking a motive for murder. And for Sam Blackman, finding the Sandburg Connection becomes a matter of life and death.